Imagine waking up in a bedroom encased by clear walls, with a shark silently gliding past your pillow. Above you, dappled aqua blue light dances through the water. No, this isn't a scene from a science fiction movie or a Jules Verne novel. It's the reality for a select few adventurers and ultra-rich travelers who stay at the world's most exclusive underwater hotels. These extreme underwater luxury resorts are the true billionaire playgrounds, places where a single night's stay can cost more than an average yearly salary, and the views are literally out of this world. In this article, we'll dive deep, pun intended, into the most unbelievable underwater luxury hotels and suites on the planet. From the Maldives and Dubai to exotic islands and even repurposed research labs beneath the sea. Stick around until the end and you'll discover a hotel that you can only reach by private submarine at over $150,000 per night, an experience so over the top that even billionaires consider it the pinnacle of extravagance. Underwater luxury, the new frontier of extravagance. For wealthy globetrotters, five-star hotels on land are no longer enough. In recent years, a new trend has emerged: the pursuit of experiences that literally immerse guests in another world. Underwater luxury resorts offer exactly that: the chance to live beneath the waves, surrounded by marine life, without sacrificing any modern comforts. Much like space tourism, underwater tourism has become the latest frontier in extravagance, promising prestige and once-in-a-lifetime memories. Sleeping under the sea has become a status symbol, proof that you've ventured to places inaccessible to ordinary travelers. Early dreams and first underwater ventures. The idea of living underwater has fascinated humans for a long time. Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea imagined submarines and undersea cities back in the 19th century, but turning that fantasy into a tourist reality proved challenging. The first actual underwater habitats were built for science. In the 1960s and 70s, oceanographers and aquanauts stayed in submerged labs for days or weeks. It wasn't until 1986 that one of these labs was repurposed into a hotel open to the public, the legendary Jules' Undersea Lodge in Florida. Named after Jules Verne, this unique lodge in Key Largo allows ordinary people to become aquanauts. But staying here is not for everyone. The only way to reach your room is by scuba diving. You must descend 21 feet beneath the surface and enter through a hatch on the seafloor. The entire structure was originally a scientific research habitat, originally set off Puerto Rico, that was later converted for tourism. Since opening in 1986, thousands of guests, including astronauts, have overnighted here. Jules' Undersea Lodge has just 2 small bedrooms and a common room, equipped with basic comforts like air conditioning, hot showers, a telephone, and even Wi-Fi. Through round porthole windows about 42 inches across, you can gaze out at a mangrove lagoon teeming with life. Tropical angelfish, parrotfish, even barracudas, often peeking in at you. This hotel doesn't have a fancy restaurant, but it offers something delightfully quirky: pizza for dinner, delivered in a watertight box by a scuba diving courier to your underwater front door. Guests can even arrange for a diver chef to swim down and prepare a gourmet meal inside the habitat's little kitchen. Unbuilt visionary project, Poseidon. After Jules has proved it was possible to host guests underwater, entrepreneurs dreamed of going bigger and more luxurious. One of the boldest concepts was the Poseidon Undersea Resort, an ambitious plan from the early 2000s for a chain of 5-star underwater hotels. The first was to be located on a private Fijian island and offer 24 underwater suites, plus an underwater restaurant, bar, spa, and even a wedding chapel. Reservations were projected at $30,000 per couple for a 1-week stay, a price few could afford. Despite massive interest and dazzling concept art, the Poseidon project never opened. Initially slated for 2008, it was postponed repeatedly. Reasons ranged from technical challenges in building a safe seafloor structure to financing issues, and possibly not enough ultra-wealthy customers willing to commit deposits. Thus, Poseidon remains a legend, the unfulfilled dream of a 21st century Atlantis. Conrad Maldives, Rangali Island, the Maraca, luxury on the ocean floor. We start with perhaps the most famous modern underwater hotel suite, the Maraca, which means coral in the local language, in the Maldives. Part of the Conrad Maldives Rangali Island Resort, the Maraca's unveiling in 2018 made global headlines. Maraca is a two-level villa with the lower levels submerged about 5 meters, 16 feet, below the Indian Ocean and the upper level above water, connected by an elevator and spiral staircase. The master bedroom is completely underwater, enclosed by acrylic walls and a domed ceiling that provide a 180-degree panoramic window into the surrounding ocean. Imagine falling asleep as sharks and manta rays glide overhead, and waking up to the first sunbeams filtering through the water and illuminating vibrant corals. Maraca is rightly advertised as the world's first underwater hotel residence. It reportedly cost about $15 million to build, and one night's stay is officially around $50,000, often sold as a $200,000 four-night package. Occasionally, there are lower rates around $9,999 per night in off-peak times. But practically speaking, Maraca is booked by the ultra-rich or for once-in-a-lifetime celebrations. The villa can host up to 6 people across 3 bedrooms, 2 above water and the underwater master below. Guests are provided a private infinity pool facing the ocean, 24/7 personal butler service, a private chef, a gym, a bar, an open-air deck, and even a dedicated security detail. Every whim is catered to, from champagne sunsets and gourmet dinners served underwater to guided snorkeling at dawn or even underwater yoga sessions. Intercontinental Shanghai Wonderland, luxury at the bottom of a quarry. Underwater hotels aren't only for tropical seas or giant aquariums. In China, there's an impressive example of a luxury hotel with underwater rooms built in a location no one expected, the bottom of a deep abandoned quarry. The Intercontinental Shanghai Wonderland, also known as Shimao Wonderland, is an architectural marvel about 20 miles from Shanghai's city center. The hotel is built into the walls of a massive 88-meter deep pit, with most of its floors below ground level. 2 of those floors are underwater, submerged in the quarry's groundwater lake, and that's where you'll find the premier underwater view suites. This hotel cost around $300 million to construct and opened in late 2018 after a decade of engineering work. The concept is very different. Instead of building in an ocean, they made use of a disused quarry. The result is an 18-story hotel, of which 16 stories are down the quarry's walls, and 2 stories are actually beneath the water surface. Guests who book the underwater suites have windows looking directly into the quarry's aquamarine lake, where they've created artificial reefs and introduced fish for a more appealing view. In addition to the posh underwater rooms, the hotel also boasts a submerged restaurant and even an underwater swimming pool. Imagine doing laps with fish visible behind the glass. Lover's Deep Caribbean, the world's most expensive underwater hotel. We saved one of the most extreme for last, an offering that literally redefines the term underwater hotel. Imagine having a private luxury submarine at your disposal, refitted as a romantic hotel suite for 2. That is what Lover's Deep promises, arguably the most expensive hotel accommodation on Earth, at around $150,000 to $250,000 per night. Instead of a fixed location, you board a submarine that can take you wherever you want. A coral reef off a Caribbean island, beside a sunken battleship in the Red Sea, or just drifting in the open ocean. Launched around 2014 by a UK luxury travel firm, Lover's Deep was aimed at couples seeking the Mile Low Club experience, a tongue-in-cheek reference to the Mile High Club, but under the sea. The submarine, nicknamed Lover's Deep, features a beautifully appointed master bedroom, a living lounge area, and a bathroom, all tailored to the client's preferences. A crew of 3, the captain, a chef, and a personal butler, are on board but housed in their own soundproof quarters at the opposite end of the sub to ensure your privacy. Standard package includes private speedboat transfers, or even helicopter transport with beach landing, to wherever the submarine is moored. Guests can further customize with a menu of romantic add-ons, rose petal turn-down service, champagne breakfast in bed, and an aphrodisiac tasting menu. Think oysters, caviar, chocolate fondant with pomegranate essence. They'll even arrange a two-person shower if desired. How do you build an underwater resort? After hearing about all these places, one can't help but wonder, how is this all possible? How do you build a structure that withstands water pressure, keeps guests comfortable and safe, and doesn't harm the environment? The first key is materials and design. Underwater rooms are typically constructed with thick acrylic panels for their viewing windows, instead of conventional glass. Acrylic can be made crystal clear, is resistant to saltwater corrosion, and most importantly, is extremely strong. The panels for Morocco's walls, for example, were engineered to handle the pressure 5 meters underwater while providing 360-degree views. In some cases, like Hurawali's 5.8 undersea restaurant, entire acrylic domes are used to create an all-glass enclosure. Seals and joints are another critical aspect. They must be 100% watertight. Engineers use special rubber gaskets and silicone sealants similar to those in large aquariums, but on a larger and more robust scale. Often, underwater modules are built on land or in dry docks, and then carefully lowered into place and secured on the seabed or structure. Underwater luxury resorts are more than just places to spend a night. They're symbols of human innovation and our urge to expand boundaries. In under half a century, we went from underwater science labs to boutique hotel rooms on the ocean floor. Bookable, if you have the means, just like any hotel. These billionaire playgrounds give us a glimpse of what could become more common tomorrow. Who knows, in another 50 years, perhaps whole underwater towns might be tourist attractions, or combined space and sea hotels could be the new extreme. Let us know in the comments, if given the chance, would you stay in one of these underwater resorts, and which one would you choose? And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because here you'll find more journeys into the most exclusive and mysterious corners of our planet, places few eyes have ever witnessed. Until next time, keep dreaming, because our world is full of secrets and luxury waiting to be discovered.